what made you get into the adult industry?
Well, I was working behind the scenes with I had a wife at the time, and she was a professional dominatrix.
Okay.
And we realized that there's this whole world out there that isn't being touched, which was the pro-domination world. So we created a pro-domination website, and then a transgender woman came to me and said, can you build my website for me? And so I started building her website, and I was like, oh my God, there's no trans men in porn. There was nothing.
Not one.
And I'm like, wow, in porn, right? Where you can see pretty much everything.
Right.
And there was nobody like me. And I was like, it's just a light bulb. It's just that thing, the cartoon with the light bulb. And I was like, Buck Angel, the man with the pussy. And it just came to me like that. And my friends all, dude, that is such a cool idea. You're going to change the world. And I'm like, I don't want to change the world. I just want to make $1 million. I didn't think I would become this activist through my porn. That was never my intention. My intention was to create porn, make $1 million, have fun, make porn. And the porn industry hated me.
Really?
They were so rude to me. I've never been, like, so spoken to, like, so... I was like, are you kidding me? You have every kind of porn there is, and I'm the freak? They were totally not okay with me in the beginning.
So are we talking, like, the mainstream straight porn industry?
Yes, mainstream straight porn.
Yeah.
Even the gay industry. And it was mostly online through... Because I was doing website stuff, and they were just so mean. You're a freak, and that's weird. And then I said, really, we'll see about that. I survived death. And we're gonna do this, and I did it with the pushback from the community. It took me 3 years, and then from that time to 3 years, I won the AVN award.
Wow!
And then people started to take notice of what I was talking about. But when you are a pioneer, as you know, you have to push through, or people will always say bad things about what you have, or say it's not possible. It's the same thing with my sex toys. Nobody for 5 years, not one sex toy company in this industry would listen to me. They're like, that doesn't exist. That can't. There's no money in that. There's no market. I'm like, I built the market. There's a huge market of transgender men who need sex toys. Finally, somebody listened to me, Perfect Fit, and that was it.
Oh my God, Perfect Fit. They have the best dildo with the hole in the bottom.
Yes, that's the Zorro.
Oh my God, the Zorro. I love that thing.
Do you want one? I'll get you one.
Oh, I have to.
Oh, right on. Anything you want from Perfect Fit. Steve Callow is awesome. He'll give you whatever you need.
It's so funny. I've totally talked about this dildo before, like in this podcast. It is.
It's the best.
Yeah, it's the best. It was the only way I was able to do I'd never done double penetration before because
that's so cool.
I've always just been with one guy.
Right.
And we were able to do that.
And you had a good time.
Yeah, I did. It was really cool.
That's what I love about the Zorro, too.
Yeah.
So for me, too, I can penetrate and then be penetrated in my vagina, which is so awesome.
So, okay, wait. So tell me a little bit about this, because I am curious how this works. Okay, so we're looking at the Kiss X.
So I'll show you. So transgender men, what happens is, so I first created the Buck Off, which is a bigger hole. So the Buck Off started first, which nothing existed for us.
Okay.
And a lot of transgender men who have vaginas don't want to touch themselves. Clearly, I understand that.
Okay.
They're not comfortable like me. I'm very kind of rare.
I see, because they want
a penis.
They wish they had a penis.
Yeah, they want to have a penis. They touch their vagina, it feels feminine.
Right.
And I even had that. I even had that thing. It felt feminine to me.
Right.
And so what I did is I wanted to create a product that enabled men to sort of jack off, right, but not touch themselves. So what happens is your clitoris grows to like about the size of my thumb through the use of testosterone. And so what that does is it fits over your clitoris like this, and then it's at the base of your vagina here, and it goes over, and then it sucks on, and then look, you get to jack off like a man. So we gave it a little penis head, and then it has these ridges on the inside. So it enables a transgender man to touch his vagina without touching it, but I believe in sex, and I believe in sex as a way to connect to your body, and I believe in sex as really a big part of transitioning. And so it enabled men now to feel their own genitals without, necessarily feeling feminine.
Right.
And it blew up, and it just became like a huge, big deal across the world.
So it really gets that big?
Yeah, mine's I actually get an erection. So your clit gets an erection. It's just so small that you just don't really necessarily
you don't know. Well, some girls get more than others.
Right,
I've definitely
exactly.
seen girls who
exactly.
have.
It's just like penis. Our clits are the different sizes.
Mm-hmm.
Right, totally. But yeah, mine can grow about that size from testosterone usage. Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's totally crazy.
Oh my gosh.
And so the thing is, like, not all transgender men use testosterone. So I knew that when I released this, that was going to be, but I needed to release one toy first.
Right.
So what came next is the Kiss X, and you can see the smaller hole. And this one is for people who don't take testosterone, who have a smaller clitoris, or anyone with a vagina.
So this could work on me.
Yeah. It's a clitoris stimulator. So it just sucks onto your clit, and And see, the hole is a little bit
much smaller.
Yeah. And it enables people, again, to touch themselves without necessarily touching themselves. And ridges and all of that. And so it can also, if you look at it, this material is called TPR, and it stretches a lot. So this is what's also cool. Like, even cisgender men can put it on the head of their cock and just, stroke it like that.
Yeah.
Which the buck off works better for that.
Yeah, because it's bigger.
More importantly for me, it was creating conversation around sex in our bodies. And our bodies are a little different than everybody else's bodies, but it doesn't make our bodies lesser than.
Right.
And again, sex is important to me, and I believe sex is important to humanity.
Right. Yeah, I agree with that for sure. Wow.
So I was very lucky to create those, and I feel very, very so happy that we got to put those out.
And this is your lube.
And I created a lube because of that.
And you said it's specifically for trans men? Why?
Because remember what I said about the estrogen? So what happens is our estrogen levels get low and our vaginas get dry. And everyone knows that dry vagina.
Lubey.
So it's not only super lubey, but if you notice, the ingredients are natural ingredients that mimic the vaginal secretions.
Okay.
So it stays in your vagina a lot longer, but not like silicone. You know how like silicone kind of gives you that greasy? Even though I love silicone, it's kind of gross after like trying to get it out. It's gross.
Yeah.
But this just mimics your sort of natural vaginal secretions, and it also helps to repair because it's all natural aloe vera and all this other stuff that really helps to repair the damage that less estrogen in your body creates.
Wow.
Yeah, and that opens up the dialogue to vaginal health.
Yeah.
For trans men.
There's so much science.
Yeah, it really is. Our bodies are. We're creatures.
Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the show, make sure that you subscribe so you don't miss a single episode. And go check out all the other videos. I film every single one of my podcasts. And if you want to listen to the audio version, I'm on iTunes and all the other podcast platforms. Visit hollyrandallunfiltered.com to find out more.